Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported in the second week of September, 2025. At Legacy Weekly, we believe every name carries weight, whether etched in history or cherished in the quiet corners of family life. This week, we honor civil rights pioneers, royal figures, musicians, athletes, and everyday people whose lives remind us that fame fades, but legacy endures in the hearts they touched. Civil rights activist Major General Joseph McNeil died the 4th of September 2025 at the age of 83. He was one of the Greensboro Four, whose sit-ins at a North Carolina lunch counter became a landmark of the civil rights movement. McNeil was also a decorated U.S. Air Force veteran, serving more than 37 years. He is being remembered as a pioneer of nonviolent protest, whose courage helped ignite change that reshaped America. Catherine, Duchess of Kent, died the 4th of September 2025 at Kensington Palace, London. She was 92. A cousin by marriage to the late Queen Elizabeth II, she became known for presenting trophies at Wimbledon for decades. Later, she stepped away from royal life to teach music and founded Future Talent, a charity supporting children in the arts. She is being remembered for her quiet dignity and her devotion to nurturing young talent. Reality television and social media personality Raymond Harper, better known as Rolling Ray, died in September 2025 at just 28. The self-described most famous boy in a wheelchair became a viral star for his humor, his clapbacks, and his signature catchword, purr. Harper is being remembered for lighting up Instagram, MTV's Catfish, Trolls, and Divorce Court with a larger-than-life personality that inspired millions. Musician Mark Volman, co-founder of the Turtles, died the 5th of September 2025 in Nashville. He was 78. His exuberant stage presence helped make songs like Happy Together and Eleanor unforgettable. Later, as part of Flo and Eddie, he sang backup for Frank Zappa, T-Rex, and Bruce Springsteen. Volman is being remembered as a joyful force in American rock and pop music. Musician Rick Davies, co-founder of Supertramp, died the 6th of September 2025 at his home in East Hampton. He was 81. On keyboards and vocals, he helped craft the sound of hits like Goodbye Stranger and Bloody Well Right. He wrote and co-wrote enduring classics such as Dreamer and Breakfast in America. Davies is being remembered as the creative heart of one of the 1,972nd's most beloved rock bands. Hockey legend Ken Dryden died the 5th of September 2025 of cancer at the age of 78. As goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens, he won 6 Stanley Cups and 5 Vezina trophies. After retiring, he became a member of Parliament in Canada and an author chronicling the game he loved. Dryden is being remembered as one of hockey's greatest champions and a statesman for the sport. Social media star Helen Van Winkle, beloved online as Baddie Winkle, died the 4th of September 2025 at the age of 97. Known for her bright outfits and fearless style, she gained millions of followers worldwide. Her message was simple: joy has no age limit. She is being remembered as a vibrant icon who proved fun and fashion can last a lifetime. Baseball player and manager Davey Johnson died the 5th of September 2025 in Sarasota, Florida. He was 82. A 4-time All-Star second baseman, he won 2 World Series with the Baltimore Orioles. As a manager, he lifted the New York Mets to their legendary 1,986 World Series victory. Johnson is being remembered as a brilliant baseball mind who led both on the field and from the dugout. Musician Tom Shipley, half of the folk rock duo Brewer and Shipley, died the 24th of August 2025. He was 84. Their hit, One Toke Over the Line, became a cultural anthem in 1971. Shipley also released solo work and later turned to video production. He is being remembered for music that captured a generation's spirit of change. Actress Polly Holliday died the 9th of September 2025. at the age of 88. She was Flo, the wisecracking waitress on Alice and her spin-off, Flo, famous for the line, "Kiss my grits." She also appeared in Gremlins, Mrs. Doubtfire, and All the President's Men. Holliday is being remembered as a versatile actress who brought humor and bite to every role. Political activist Charlie Kirk died the 10th of September 2025 at just 31. He co-founded Turning Point USA at age 18, growing it into a major conservative youth organization. He later hosted The Charlie Kirk Show, gaining a national following. Kirk is being remembered as a powerful and controversial voice in American politics, whose influence reached far beyond his years. Before we continue, let us pause to honor some remarkable everyday lives celebrated this week at Legacy Weekly. One tribute came from a 105-year-old great-grandmother who loved learning so deeply that she was still taking college courses in her 90 seconds. Her story reminds us that curiosity has no age limit. Another came from a U.S. Army veteran from St. Louis, who went on to spend 35 years teaching math and coaching athletics. Generations of students remember him as the mentor who always pushed them to be their best. And there was a lifelong military medic and beloved father whose love of history led him to Renaissance fairs with his family, where he shared laughter, tradition, and pride. These stories remind us that legacies are not only written in headlines, but also in classrooms, families, and the hearts of neighbors. At Legacy Weekly, we also take time to honor anniversaries, remembering those whose legacies still shape our culture, years, even decades, after their passing. 1 year ago this week, we said goodbye to James Earl Jones, who died at the age of 93. His resonant voice defined cinema from Darth Vader in Star Wars to Mufasa in The Lion King. He won Tony Awards for The Great White Hope and Fences, reminding us that his talent spans stage, screen, and generations. Also 1 year ago, actress Diana Rigg passed away at 82. She embodied elegance and power as Emma Peel in the 1962nd series The Avengers, and later won acclaim with her Emmy-nominated role in Game of Thrones. Her career bridged eras of television history. 10 years ago this week, actor Martin Milner died at 83. He was a familiar face in America's living rooms, starring in Route 66 and Adam 1-2 series that became cultural touchstones of the 1960 seconds and 70 seconds. 15 years ago this week, we lost Glenn Shaddix at 58. He left a vivid mark with his voice as the mayor of Halloween Town in The Nightmare Before Christmas, and with his performance in Beetlejuice, blending humor with eerie charm. And going back a full century, this week marks the birth of actor Peter Sellers, who died in 1980 at the age of 54. His unforgettable comedy brought to life Inspector Clouseau in the Pink Panther films, while Dr. Strangelove showcased his remarkable range. These anniversaries remind us that legacies endure not just in awards and fame, but in the emotions sparked when we revisit a film, a performance, or even a single voice that defined a generation. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff in solemn remembrance of those whose loss touches entire communities. This week, flags across the nation have been lowered for Patriot Day and the National Day of Service and Remembrance in memory of the lives lost in the 11th of September 2001 terrorist attacks. A moment to honor nearly 3,000 souls and the resilience of a nation. In Minnesota, flags have been lowered to honor Le Sueur police officer Carl O. Haugen, remembered for his service and sacrifice to his community. In Indiana, flags honor the memory of Donald Tucker, a former Elwood police officer and mayor, whose life was devoted to public service. In Maryland, flags were lowered in recognition of International Overdose Awareness Day, drawing attention to the ongoing crisis and honoring those lost. In Kentucky, flags honor Lieutenant Brian Hatt of the Raywick Volunteer Fire Department, who died in the line of duty, remembered as a protector of his neighbors. In Missouri, flags honor State Representative Kenneth "Ken" Waller, a lawmaker dedicated to the people of his district. In North Carolina, flags honor U.S. Army veteran Michael Verardo, who carried the spirit of service beyond his time in uniform. In Kansas, flags honor Officer Hunter Samanchich of the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, who died in the line of duty, remembered as a guardian of his city. In Arkansas, flags honor Gary Stubblefield, a longtime state legislator who shaped policy for his community. And in New York, flags honor Kevin M. Robert, a devoted flight paramedic who lost his life after years of service in the skies. These half-staff honors remind us that sacrifice is not abstract, it is personal, it is local, and it deserves to be remembered. As we close this week's edition of Legacy Weekly, we pause to remember not only the celebrities whose names we all know, but also the everyday heroes whose love and lives shaped families and communities. Their stories remind us that to live is to leave a legacy. If today's journey of remembrance touched your heart, we invite you to press like, leave a tribute in the comments, and subscribe to join us each week. Together, we honor the past and carry these memories forward. Thank you for watching. Until next time, may we live with gratitude, and may their legacies continue to inspire us all.